and we're running it back. He's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
Down. 52 Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 27, Tua. They're going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 73 yards. And the Dolphins go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading them out, Trey Lance, now in his 2nd season out of North Dakota State.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Ready, break.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. So Miami coming out for their second drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. Steps away to his left. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, tries to be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. 84 yards rushing for him now as he's got the night after a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Hurry, hurry.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at the 44-yard line.
Well, they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle. I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Under a minute to go, clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play.
Trouble, 38. Check White.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 13 yards there, a Niner first. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going. Be a crushing.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Ready.
Looking to pass. Tua. Buying time to his left. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second down, here's Mostert again. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been pretty effective so far, solid numbers yardage-wise, but the fumble last time, that's what he's thinking about. Has to be a little bit more secure.
Yeah, he does. Would you yell at him right here? Would you get on him?
No, I think you pick him up, don't you?
I agree with you totally. You pick him up in this situation because a lot of game left to be played, and he can be special with the ball in his hands. In that situation, he wasn't. But you talk to him about the 4 points of pressure, high and tight to the body, and let him go back to it.
Well, still plenty of time in this game, so he'll have opportunities to secure that ball with those 4 points of pressure. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. The Lance going to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So this defense, they get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted it.
And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Boy, at this point, I don't know what's going on down there. You got guys running one way on the pick 6 now, running the other way to return the blocked extra point.
It's almost like that guy went this way, but the other guy went that way. And guess what? Both of them scored points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And motion left goes a tight end. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
17.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go. Here we go. 52 blaster. 10. Black one. Go.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 28 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
On the double.
A final shot before half for Lance. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now goal for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That time a 9-play drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the score. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Sanders now to kick this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Lance now to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. Escaping the pressure right. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On 2nd and 9, Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Lance finding Kittle, first down, San Francisco.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Lance now on first down. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Let's go.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out on the field for a long time. And that last run, they just cut right through him.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of this one up. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
Yellow.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved down.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert. 58 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead.
49ers 23.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And his first catch so far. They held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Here we go, Brett.
Here's the option play now to the left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
161 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Lance looking to throw it. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They'll say that's a catch. Lance finding Deebo there for the Niner first.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Yellow, line. Go red.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right.
Here's Lance.
And he's got it. Touchdown 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch. Tomorrow.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Dolphins offense returning to the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll send the receiver in motion left. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try it now with Mostert, and they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time, not an ally.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Tua being chased out left toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Back to the running game with Mostert. They'll get this down to the 38.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Second and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
Finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's...
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Dolphins who are going to get the football first here as we are back underway now in overtime. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
On second down, Mostert. They find some open field here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one 28 yards on the ground.
We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. First and 10. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped. And I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the offensive movement to the west.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Once again, it's Mostert. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, here comes Mostert. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Lance and the 49ers now. First and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
We'll see what Lance can do in OT.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Looking for Gray, and he's got him.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
So it's a win for the Dolphins here, and it was a strong performance by Tua that helped lead the way.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.